Hello once again. I'm back, and I'm here to talk again. Plugged in the microphone, got Audacity open, and I've hit record. Hope you're all doing well, those who listen. I'll probably have some Call of Duty gameplay in the background. I've been playing that a little bit more recently, and that's actually what I wanted to talk about today. Recently, I feel like so many people go through these phases, and I'm definitely not indistinct from that. I don't even know if that's the right word to use, but where gaming is it just doesn't have that pull, that fun, that hook, or even just that magic every now and again. And I've been having that again recently. I think I played so much Bloons Tower Defense 6 for the most recent video that my brain's been fried. I'm still playing it. I have a clan with my partner and I, and and some of her friends, and we're currently trying to stay in the rankings. We're at the top of the leaderboard. Nothing to do with me. It's the rest of the clan and her who are putting in the hard yakka. But I've been enjoying playing Bloons. I think Bloons has been a very consistent game for the past few years, but especially these past few months. I've been loving it. But I wanted to talk about games that I come back to, and this was actually a working script for a video that I first started writing 2 years ago, I think. And it just never really went anywhere because I thought if I'm, going to talk about this, I should probably bring this up. And I can't discuss this topic without playing this game, but that could be its own video. And I just ended up sitting on it, and nothing ever came of it. And I really find it quite interesting because a lot of people who play video games, especially in today's, scape with esports, yearly releases, most people just have one or two games that they cycle between. Uh, a lot of my friends, League of Legends players, that's really their main thing. They'll play other games, but when you describe them to someone else, goes, "Oh, they're a League of Legends player." You don't say, "Oh, they dabble." Um, and I've always kind of thought, apart from a brief period of time in high school, I've never been a one-trick pony when it comes to video games. I've never been a exclusive guy. The only time I think I was truly exclusive was Fallout, and that was from about late 2015 to about mid to late 2018. So a few years where it was like I was playing other games. I was playing Call of Duty, I was playing Minecraft, I was playing Team Fortress 2. I mean, so many other games in that time. But at the end of the day, I was a Fallout guy. I kept coming back to Fallout. Fallout 4 sunk its claws into me. And then 3 in New Vegas did the exact same thing. And I find it quite interesting to have these games that you play consistently, that you log probably the most amount of hours in these big bursts. But then there'll always be a couple titles, maybe many titles, maybe only one title that you just find yourself wandering back to. It's not always intentional, uh, but you just find yourself booting it up. I think, for me, for a lot of people, again, I hate to be too generic, but it's Minecraft. I think there's a reason why the 2 week phase exists, and it's just Minecraft is such an easy game to come home to because it's completely versatile. I mean, it's a sandbox game. You'd expect it to be. But the fact that you can play multiplayer, you can play online with strangers, you can play by yourself, you can play modded, vanilla, you can do a lot with it. And I think that makes it so easy to come back to because there's not even a real commitment. Beating Minecraft isn't difficult. Building a base isn't difficult. Exploring isn't difficult. And there's an innate challenge in the actual labor of doing something, but it's not what I would describe as a high skill game, and I think that's what makes it always so darling to come back to. It's also just quite a magical experience, even after all these years. Still a very magical experience to play Minecraft, and something that's very rewarding and comforting. Um, and that's an incredibly safe take. That's not anything that is really groundbreaking. But I don't think people are coming to me for my groundbreaking takes. But I think a game that for me has always caught me a little off guard was Halo Infinite. I played that game at launch. I never played the campaign, but got the game on PC with friends, had a blast. Oh my god. At Halo Infinite multiplayer at launch, that was something special. That was... It felt like I was back when Apex and Warzone first released. You know, it was like, oh my god, this is new. This is fantastic. And Halo Infinite ended up being what Halo Infinite was. It ended up being, for lack of a better word, in the long run, kind of a letdown. And kind of showed that 343 still has a long way to go with making Halo games, and that, you know, Microsoft, I think, is trying to push a certain product that doesn't, you know, go with their strengths. But I still find myself coming back to play multiplayer, and I'm not good at Halo Infinite. I'm pretty good at first person shooters. I'm all right. I can hang, but even when I'm losing in Halo Infinite, I have fun. It's this weird thing with that game. Doesn't matter if I'm at the top of the leaderboards, at the bottom, in the middle. I'm having a good time, and I think, despite everything else, genuine credit to the sandbox that 343 made, because I can't do that in Call of Duty. I can't do that in Team Fortress. I couldn't even imagine doing that in Battlefield. I think that's why every now and again I come back. I don't really play it by myself. It's exclusively a game that I will play with, 2 to 3 buddies and squad up. But I find myself reinstalling it, play for maybe 3 to 5 hours, and then it's gone. But I always have a good time. And, sometimes that's a few months. Sometimes it could be a year. I mean, I don't even know the last time that I booted it up, but I know that I had a great time. I remember very vividly playing with my brother and one of his friends from university, and it was a great time. It was fun. It was interesting. And yeah, it's always such a good feeling to know that there's something to come home to. I think for me, for a while, I was a little concerned about it, was Helldivers. I was really concerned after the Hive Planet update for the bugs, that they'd kind of fucked the game. Pardon my French, but it was just such a cool update. We are on the Hive Planet of the bugs themselves. There is claustrophobic catacombs like we're clone troopers fighting on Geonosis. And it was just so buggy. Just Arrowhead did fumble it. Half the time you go into these catacombs, and the whole point of the game, Helldivers, calling in things for objectives, and the things get stuck on the top of the roof, and you can't access it, and it locks you out, and things clipping through, not spawning right, enemies being too tough, and I stopped playing. I didn't care. I could not care. And I don't know what got me to reinstall it again recently. I really don't. Actually, no, I do. It's that's how much Bloons Start Event 6 I've been playing. It's made me lose sight of all other games, but it was the stealth update. Oh my god, if that had come out instead of the Hive update, and the Hive update got a bit more time to cook, but what a fun way to shake up the meta of the game and actually add a lot of merit to a playstyle, to stealth, but making fun new missions that fit in with the lore of the game and act as a really cool break from what's going on. And I think Helldivers right now might be one of the biggest, comeback to games, because it's not a game that, I reinstall and play for a few hours. I'm sinking 10 to 20 hours if I'm, coming in, having my fun and leaving and taking a big break. But I've been really loving Helldivers recently. I've played quite a bit recently. Having a lot of fun. I mean, pushing to Cyberstan. Oh my god, I'm excited about that. I'm not excited about what we'll be fighting there, because there's the siege engine things from the first game, and they gave us a tank. But Helldivers is fun, and I think why it's so much fun to come back to is that it is despite the bugs, despite the glitches, it's a very rewarding multiplayer game. I think where Minecraft's really fun to come back to, because it's a very self-fulfilling game. It's a sandbox game, and where Halo Infinite is fun to come back to because it's quite a pure multiplayer shooter experience. Helldivers is just pure unadulterated fun. It's just such a joy to play with friends. Every single time I come back and play it, I end up getting so many funny little clips and recordings, and I think I could make another funny moments video. How it feels to play Helldivers 2 Part 3. Um, but I really do love Helldivers. I think it's been rocky, and they really lost me for a little bit there. But what a game. What a fun game to just sit down, play, and have a great time, and probably yell a little bit too loud. But I've also been playing again, which caught me off guard a little bit, but I mainly blame Ahoy for it, is Call of Duty. And I don't have every Call of Duty. I had quite a few on Xbox, and I don't have my Xbox here at my new place. And so I've been trying to play Black Ops 2 online. Not working out for me. The servers, there's already minimal people playing the game on console. There is even less people playing on PC. There is even less people playing in New Zealand. So if I don't play normally because there's the threat of DDoSing and hackers and all that. So I play through Plutonium. I think the least amount of ping I've gotten is 140. And I'm pretty good at it, actually. I was caught off guard by how well I was doing. But, I needed that itch scratched, and so I reinstalled Modern Warfare 2. And I've been having fun. If there is Call of Duty gameplay in the background, it'll be from Modern Warfare 2. And it takes me back to Cold War, actually, when that game was still new. And that was the first Call of Duty I'd purchased, with my own money, pretty much right after launch. I got it a few weeks after launch, and that was such a fun time, because I got it with some buddies of mine and my brother, and I had a really good time on Cold War, and it felt really fun, but I ended up getting to the point with that game where skill-based matchmaking was still a lot newer, so it was really apparent when you do well and you were put into a lobby against people who don't work. And I ended up developing this method where it was, I would hop on, play one match from start to finish, doesn't matter if it was good, doesn't matter if it was bad, doesn't matter what happened in it, I'd play one match, and then get off for the day. And I found that what happened was, on a literal sense, it evened out my kill-death ratio. And maybe, get into lobbies that were a little bit more accurate to my skill level, because I wasn't playing a whole bunch. But it made it a lot more meaningful. It meant that I was forced to enjoy the time I had, and it wasn't just, this match and, this map. It was, well, if I get a bad map and a game mode that, maybe I'm not liking, I have to roll with the punches. I have to make the most out of this moment. And I've been doing that with Modern Warfare 2 over these past few days that I've been playing again. And it's been working. I try to use a different weapon every match. And if I do use kind of a classic that I'm really used to, it's like, okay, I've really got to stunt out with this thing. If I'm using the shotguns, I got a top frag. And it's been great. I've had a couple matches where I'm like, I do have to leave for my own sanity. I don't want to ruin the, the minimal amount of free time I have. And it's been good. And I think I've found a middle ground again, where I think while I was making the Bloons video, it was really the only game I could find myself playing and enjoying. And, there was the obsession side of it with that. I went through that with Arc Raiders. I went through it with Ace Combat. I went through it with Ghost Recon and Far Cry and all these games. There's always, when you're having fun with something and it's still new again, it's easy to get caught up in it. And I think I've hit that rhythm again. I'm out of that lull period. Well, I like to hope I'm out of that lull period. And yeah. Fishing Shop Simulator. Oh my god. Get the demo. Wishlist that thing on Steam. Get in the Discord. Say hi to the creator. Thank them for making this game. What a delightful game. Fishing Shop Simulator. Say that 3 times fast. So good. It's so simple. But just like not like some other free-to-play demo games that I've seen on Steam that are, it's so simple, but you can only play it for like an hour and you've that's it. You know, there's nothing else. It's such a simple premise. You can only play it for an hour if you really want to, but oh my lord, just get it, get it. Highly recommend it. Really cool game. Bloons Tower Defense 6. If it's on sale. Highly recommend. But yeah, those are the games I've been coming back to recently, and I think it's quite nice that those are my, I guess you could say, comfort games, fallbacks, the old reliables. Yeah, I think I'm really good at talking for like 16 minutes, and then really awful at ending these things. I don't know what to say.